All right, now, I can't stand all this snow. It just keeps piling up on the streets. Plus, it's freezing outside. Sometimes I don't feel like moving my car that I just shoveled out and losing my parking spot. And other times, I just want to get out the house. So, senior producer Abby Fritz and I have some ideas on ways we can cure cabin fever, like maybe getting some spa services, fitness classes, and maybe some wellness experiences. It's Thursday, January 29th. I'm Trenae Nuri. Let's beat these winter blues. When it comes to snow days or just really cold days, I'm either good to chill in the house, for a day or two. But more than that, I just want to break out and see people. I want to eat. I want to just do a fun activity.
I totally agree. I feel like I derive my energy from being around people. And, sometimes when winter hits and it gets darker sooner, I feel that seasonal depression creep in.
Yeah, for sure.
Which a lot of people deal with. I'm a Cali girl. I need sunlight. So I try to get out as much as possible, even if it's forcing myself to go out in the winter. I think it's a wonderful time of year to be outside. It's beautiful. Snow is beautiful, I would say. I'd go to the Wissahickon. I feel like there's a good mix of paved paths and then unpaved trails you can go on. So even in the winter, if it's a little snowy, you don't have the best snowshoes, you can take the paved paths and it's not super slippery. Also, just being around the river in the Wissahickon, it is so beautiful to have a snowy background and then light water flow. I went the other day and someone was fishing in front of that red covered bridge all the way up the Wissahickon. It was so peaceful. I had such a lovely time.
The Wissahickon is so beautiful. But, sometimes even just the drive to Wissahickon is really, really scenic and makes you feel good.
Yes, I usually have to take Lincoln Drive up there, and it's so beautiful. It almost doesn't even feel like you're in the city with the fresh snowfall. What a great way to be energized by the cold weathers, to see, all the beautiful trees framing the road. So nice. And a lot of green spaces in Philly, I feel still hold events during the winter. I was looking the other day and Laurel Hill has some cool events coming up. They hold their regular tours even during the cold months. So they have a tour called Hot Spots and Storied Places, which is about all of the different graves or significant people that are buried in the Laurel Hill Cemetery, which I think is cool. They do some indoor stuff too, but it's nice to see those spaces continue to be activated throughout the year.
Yeah, I agree, Abby. I like to go outdoors because it is so good for our health, and getting a chance to get that limited sunlight just to hit our face is really important. One tip though, just a reminder, just to make sure that you stretch, pull a muscle. And I looked this up. So if you need help with stretching, you can check out the Discover Remedy in Brewerytown. They offer stretch therapy. I've done Stretch Zone before, and there's a location in Grace Ferry. And they usually just kind of help you. You think you know how to stretch? No. They go deep. And you just, you feel so much better. It's not quite like a massage. So you're not going to get that deep tissue kind of relaxation, but you don't want to injure yourself. Then you really be stuck inside. So we're talking about stretching, and that kind of gave me a thought of for some of us who go to the gym and we're lucky enough at our gym, we might have a sauna. That also helps with the blood flow.
Yes, totally. And you know what is crazy? The other day I was walking through FDR Park and I was like, what is that giant barrel sitting outside of the Swedish Museum, the American Swedish Historical Museum? They are saunas. FDR Park has giant saunas in it. It's like a pop-up, and you can do 30 or 45 minutes in a cedar barrel outside through March 29th. You could also do it with multiple people. 4 people for 30 minutes is $100. Really random. I would have never guessed that there was spa sauna experiences in our parks, but hey, I'm all for it. Let's combine spas and nature. Why not?
How long do you think you can like stay in a sauna though?
I
I'm
okay.
like good for like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
See, I like saunas. But I think the idea of being in a sauna, then immediately stepping out into like the cold outside stresses me out a little bit. It might keep me in there longer, but
Right. It's kind of like that cold plunge, which I've never done. And we're going to talk about that later in the show, but that's what it kind of sounds like. Speaking of, saunas, that kind of leads us to like massages. Now, there are so many phenomenal luxury and like inexpensive spas in the city. We cannot list all of them. That'll literally be impossible. We'll be here all day. But I just love like one of those basic massages that are like $1 per minute. So for like $60, I'm good. But if I do want to splurge on a service and spend a little bit more than like $100 for that, I'm looking forward to maybe checking out the Urban Oasis Spa in Rittenhouse Square. The reason why I say them is they have a head spa service, and those were like super popular in the last couple of years. And they really get like deep down in your scalp.
Oh, so it's like massaging your head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
And then, like, depending on, what service you get, what spa you go to, there's different like areas of the body that you can like focus on.
Totally. That makes total sense. The other day, I got a massage at the student massage clinic out in Old City. And I had such a great student masseuse who I was like, hey, this part of my body hurts. And they were so wonderful at being like, I got you, so communicative. And for an hour session, it was $45, which like,
that's a good deal.
Incredible deal. And you're helping students get their credentials to become full-fledged masseuses eventually. And it's the only massage therapist owned and operated school in Philadelphia, which I think is really cool.
So we just kind of gave a little tease on like the hot and cold experiences. So if you're new to this, we actually have our newsletter editor, Siani Cologne, talked with a masseuse who gave us some insider knowledge. Extreme hot, extreme cold therapy is trending right now in the wellness industry in general. But you may notice that there are more services that are using CBD oil in some of the sessions. That's kind of like the newer side of these spa experiences.
Those are interesting. That makes total sense. I, the other day, just did hot yoga for the first time.
Ooh. Did it open up your like chakras? Did you feel like you were floating afterwards?
I definitely felt really wonderful afterwards. I had never done something like this. I'd done yoga before, and I thought I was pretty good. But this reminded me that I know nothing. I was dripping sweat the entire time. I went over to Hot Power Yoga and Pilates. They have a few locations in Center City in the South Philly area. I went to their Graduate Hospital location. Really engaging teachers, like super calming voice the whole time. Even though they're telling you to like put your foot where your head should be. And
is there aromatherapy in the class? Like, look at me, I'm like whispering to you. Is there aromatherapy in the class, Abby?
I mean, it smelled great, and there was definitely like, it wasn't a steam room. It was more like a sauna where it was like hot. I think they said it was 95 degrees in there. So I was really feeling it the whole time. I felt super activated. And to your point about stretching earlier, Trenae, I feel like it helps your muscles really loosen up when you're that warm. So I did feel like I was able to get a better stretch in. I'm not quite to the splits, but I'm getting there. And I was able to do their first timers deal, which lets you take your first class for $10. So that was really cost effective. I tried out the 50-minute power flow class, but they have like a bunch of other stuff like hot Pilates, gentle flow, stretch and release, or like burn, which is more to build strength, But my pro tip about this space is rent their yoga mats. It's a $2 charge, but the provided ones have so much more traction. Like I wasn't slipping around on my mat. My old mat that has been in my closet for the past like 8 years would have lasted 10 minutes in that sweaty room. It would have been falling apart. So just do yourself a favor, rent their mats, bring a water bottle, bring a towel. It's a great experience. And I was so cozy. I thought I was going to like walk outside and be like, oh my God. But I felt really wonderful afterwards. And my skin was incredible the next day. My pores like opened up. So it kind of double whammy there, you know, like got some skincare as well.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. Like, it sounds like a good sweat, which is, you know, super helpful for our health. And you know, that brings us to like another section of this conversation, and that's skincare. And skincare, you know, it definitely comes from within. Now, I love doing like a face mask or like the eye masks at night that I get from like TJ Maxx or like Sephora or Ulta or something like that. But if you want to get like deep down, if you're like into like herbs and spices and essential oils, I recommend heading over to Spring Garden Street and check out Pen Herbs Company on North 2nd. It's a retail store and they have everything imaginable. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6 p.m. They are closed on Sunday and like major holidays. But one time I was looking for some type of root or something and they didn't have it at the retail store, but they got it shipped and then they called me and they're like, hey, we got it. And I just came back over. So it's really, really great. If you're like into like loose teas and stuff, they've got all of the supplies that you need to like really like get into like loose teas and stuff like that.
That's so cool. I really have been looking for a good loose tea spot. So I'm definitely going to check it out because that also, you know, what you drink, what you eat, all of that affects your internal wellness.
Absolutely.
Something I've been hearing about a lot lately is red light therapy. Have you been seeing the people on Instagram with like the masks before they go to bed, like the red light?
Yes, and I want one, but like they are like $400.
They're crazy. It's so funny, but I mean, there are some more affordable options in Philly if you wanted to try it out here. Allegedly, the red light penetrates through your skin and your muscles and your tissue and promotes healing and regeneration. People say it combats the visual effects of aging and symptoms of pain even. And also like muscle recovery, healing, and energy rejuvenation. So that sounds like a lot of good stuff. I'll sit in some red light and give it a try. Why not?
Yeah. It makes me look like I'm, 18 again.
Hey, pretty easy ask because it's not even like warm or anything. It's just a red light. It's so interesting. My friend tried it out the other day at Detoxify. It's spelled like DTXFY. It's an infrared studio sauna space out in Manayunk. They specialize in infrared saunas, red light therapy, 6D massage chairs, along with like some other stuff that I've like never heard of before, like pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. Like basically they like zap you to like stimulate healing in certain parts of your body. Very interesting. That has nothing to do with me, but very cool if you're into that. So I would go try that out. They have a first time deal for $35. You can go try that red light therapy. You can go try the infrared saunas or the 6D massage chairs. So that's a little cheaper than $400 if you don't want to commit to the mask.
Now, Matt, our executive producer, his wife, Deb, gave a recommendation for a red light therapy also in the city over at the J Spot, which is a new place in Fiddler Square. But this red light therapy also came with, it's in a salt sauna.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Like,
that sounds
what?
nice.
And Deb really likes this because they also provide a private cold plunge and sauna situation. $20 for 20 minutes.
Oh my God. Wait, that's crazy.
I know. I used to think that like all this like super like high tech or like new health wellness trends would be like super expensive, but This is a deal.
That's a steal. I would absolutely try that.
She also says it's a very like peaceful place. It has like a beautiful waiting area where you can also get this. You can also get an IV of vitamins.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could get an IV.
I can't do that. Nah, that's not me. For some other people, like I think they get like B12 shots and stuff like that. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll take a pill. I'll take a liquid.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the IVs.
Only a doctor is giving me an IV. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Well, speaking of the cold plunge, have you ever done a cold plunge?
No, I haven't, but I'd love to try.
Well, maybe you can. So the Special Olympics Pennsylvania are having their 2026 Philadelphia Polar Plunge. It is taking place for 2 days on Friday, February 20th and Saturday, February 21st at Citizens Bank Park.
I'd do it. I just might need to get a wax if I've got to pull out the swimsuits again for the season.
Ooh.
Occasionally I get them, if I'm going to the coast or something or going on a trip. But my first time I went ever, I didn't know what a Brazilian was. And I just was like, yeah, nightmare. And it was going normal. I was like, okay, this is fine. It's not too bad. And she was like, flip over. And I'm like, oh, what? And then I was like, oh, that's what a Brazilian is.
Hello.
Okay. Good morning.
Well, the reason why I asked you too, because in my travels, I've seen a spa. It's called the Naked Peach.
Oh, that's a cute
and I
name.
looked it up, and they have 4 locations on South Street in Roxborough, Queen Village, and on Haverford Avenue in West Philly. And so I'm like, I keep seeing it. It's a sign.
It's a sign. We've got a couple more months. We can hold out.
Yeah.
We'll wear wetsuits for this polar plunge.
All right, we've got more recommendations after the break. All right, another way to kind of beat cabin fever I thought about is going to our third spaces, right? That is our local coffee shops, which offer great seasonal warm drinks. And also like really tapping into some of the like meetup groups, crafting, or like, I feel like you can still do a vision board. Like you can do a vision board all year round.
Oh, yeah.
Really tapping into these third spaces, communal vibes where, you can strike up conversations with folks in your neighborhood. The one thing I love about coffee shops too, I love a coffee shop that has the community like bulletin board where there's like flyers and like postcards of like other businesses and like services available either in my neighborhood or like in the Philadelphia area.
I love that. I'll try to put a CityCast Philly card up there. So if you see one at your local coffee shop, that was one of us.
And if you see one at your local library, that's definitely one of us.
Yeah, I love a third space too. I've been trying to discover some new bars in the city, and the other day I went to such a cute, cozy neighborhood bar out in Germantown, Mount Airy area. Young American Hard Cider and Tasting Room is so freaking cute. When you walk in, there's a fireplace and all like dark wood bar. They have a big vat where they make the cider themselves there. They use local Pennsylvania apples. All of it's made there. And you can get a $5 spiked warm cider anytime. That's not even a deal. That's just always on the menu. That's incredible.
Right.
But they also have really good happy hour deals, too. I went with some of my friends the other day. We did a little double date moment, and it was perfect because the happy hour deals were good. 4 to 7 p.m. There's a ciderita for $6. Also, loaded potato wedges. Incredible. Sour cream, chives, the whole
That's
thing.
That's comfort food right there.
Yes, exactly. It was so warm and filling. They also had like just great food in general. I had a spinach hand pie that I thought was so good. They made it with like house-made vegan feta and spinach, also the grilled cheese and tomato soup. And then they do a bunch of other like seasonal things. Like I think right now there's butternut squash and chili soups. So it's just such a cute, warm space. They do different events. They have poetry readings there. They have tons of different options in terms of like vegan and vegetarian food. And who doesn't love cider? So I'm obsessed with this place. I'm definitely going to go back again this winter.
Awesome. All right. You are like our resident foodie. Where else are you going?
Well, I'm looking forward to the Manioc Chowder Crawl, which is going to be happening at the Founders Philly Freeze Out. Have you been to this before, Trenae? It's like an annual thing they do.
No, because it's cold outside. But yeah.
I love that neighborhoods and businesses are trying to help us get outside by putting on these cool events. So Manioc, there's a partner event with Founders Brewing, which turns Main Street into like a winter wonderland. They've got ice carving demonstrations, sculptures, a bunch of different beer specials. There's a snowy igloo and a winter market. So it sounds like a fun way to get outside, but you can pop into different restaurants and stuff. And what I'm going for though is the chowder crawl. I love chowder. And they have over 12 restaurants participating this year. I'm thinking I'm going to go to Bayou for the Cajun shrimp chowder, or Chaba Thai Bistro for the salmon chowder. And then Goat's Beard has a smash burger chowder. So, you know what? I'll try them all. Why not?
I love it.
This is going to be happening this Saturday, January 31st. All the outdoor events are free, but if you want to participate in the crawl, it's going to be $18 plus some fees. So, not too bad for like basically unlimited chowder.
Well, I don't know if I'm a chowder girl, but I'm a tacos and cocktails type of girl. And I just want to remind everyone that because of all the snow and messy weather this week, Center City District Restaurant Week will be extended through Wednesday, February 4th.
Nice.
At select restaurants, you can get 3 courses of dinner for $45 or $60. And if you want, you can also get some lunch specials for like $20, but that is at select restaurants.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different restaurant weeks coming up. Northern Liberties is starting this week, and later in February, there's going to be East Passyunk Restaurant Week as well. So plenty of restaurants to try this winter at all of those different discounted restaurant weeks.
We are adults, but we can still have fun. Do you go sledding in the city?
Oh my God, I love sledding. I know it. I think it's so fun. And it's so, it's free for the most part. You can just grab a piece of cardboard or maybe the top of your trash can lid if it hasn't been stolen or lost in the street.
Or blown away.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many different places around the city to go. I usually go sledding in Carpenter's Woods in the Wissahickon. But the other day I read about a spot out in the Northeast I want to try. There's a really good hill at the Public Burn Golf Course that's said to be super great for sledding. So I'm taking Rex. I want to hit a couple of different places this winter while we've got all this great snow. Do you go sledding in Philly?
Yes, I do. Some of the best spots that are going to be like super convenient, because if it's snowing, you don't want to like necessarily drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend like checking out like a neighborhood park, or like spots if, depending on what neighborhood you're at. Like if you're lucky enough to be kind of like in that Fairmount Park area, you're going to go to Lemon Hill. Some folks go sledding over in West Philly. They go to Clark Park.
Oh yeah, the bowl. Yeah.
There was a spot that I actually like lived like on the border or the edge of Philly and like the suburbs. And I went sledding, like if I say it's gonna be like, what? I went sledding by like the train tracks.
That makes sense.
And like, because there's like a bridge. So like sometimes it's like these little spots like under a bridge. Or
They got a good slope. There's a good little hill. Yeah, it makes total sense.
And like if I showed you a picture, like you're like, oh wow, you end up very like not like too close to the tracks, but like you're close to the tracks. So just be careful.
Yeah.
Some people also, if it's enough snow, they make the trip. They make that walk to the art museum steps. So that's fun as well. And over in like Manayunk, Roxborough, I mean, the whole community is a hill. So like, you can just like look both ways before make sure there's no like snow plow trucks coming down and just go down the hill.
Nice. Yes, love that. A very approachable winter activity.
What is approachable definitely too is skating. And the Independence Blue Cross River Rink Winterfest, they are hosting Philly Skates Free event. It's presented by Rivers Casino. It's happening on Saturday, January 31st. Lots of stuff happening on Saturday, but it's happening on January 31st. Like everything is free. This is all in celebration of America's 250th birthday. So from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., free skate admission, free skate rentals. There's going to be a birthday cake while supplies last, and half off deals during happy hour. And the happy hour is 6 to 10.
That's crazy. Wow. A great event too to bring the kids out to. You can get your happy hour deal. They can skate. It's fun.
Yeah.
This is lots of good stuff to do.
And we've also got a complete list with other places to go ice skating in the city. Check out philly.citycast.fm, and we'll have that link in the show notes.
Can I tell you a secret, Trenae?
Oh, gosh, Abby. Is this going to be like another one where you hid a cheesesteak in your jacket and went to go see the...
No, this one's kind of embarrassing. I'm kind of scared of ice skating. Like the idea of like children with like knives on their feet, like running around on the ice. I love watching hockey. I think it's wonderful. I just can't get over it. Like I kind of have an irrational fear of skating. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? Knowing that you are a Cali girl, like it makes sense.
That's true.
Us East Coasters were like, what?
Whatever. My partner tried to get me out to like a lake the other day that just like froze over, and I was like, "There's no freaking way."
Oh, nah.
There's no freaking way. Yeah.
I gotta have a place that's got a certified Zamboni.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
a guy riding on the back, like, all right, everyone off the ice.
Exactly. I agree.
Well, if you actually don't want to do any of our recommendations and you just want to sit in the house, you can catch up on some movies and Abbott Elementary and just have a grand old time.
Or catch up on some podcasts that you haven't listened to, maybe CityCast Philly.
Oh, there you go. All right, senior producer Abby Fritz, thank you so much for chatting with me for this episode so we can beat the cabin fever.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Trenae.
All right, that's all for us today here on CityCast Philly. If you are like me and Abby and you're like sick of this snow and want to get out and break free, share this episode with a friend. Also, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Philly neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Friday News Roundup. We've got lots to talk about. All right, see you later. Bye.